Well, if it isn't that stupid liberal bear I saw on the Tea Party video.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. You and that commie pal of yours. Or was it a girl? I cannot always tell with you liberals. Anyway, your Obama-loving friend pretended to be a Tea Partier and gave stupid answers to your smart-ass questions.
Hey, how did you find out?
Because he sounded like he was smoking dope. And Tea Party folks generally don't get wasted when they talk about their country. And liberals always sound like they are wasted when they talk about politics. It's obvious you two communist chumps designed your stupid video to completely misrepresent Tea Party Americans. And I'm here to straighten your dumb ass out. This is gonna be fun. Democrats are going to get their butt kicked in tonight's election because they let themselves get taken over by America-hating socialists. And yes, our freedoms are under attack from higher taxes, more government control, leaders who don't listen to Americans anymore, and politicians who are more interested in getting re-elected than they are in defending America and our freedoms. The Tea Party wants to change that.
I don't feel any different today than I did yesterday.
Well, you were actually a cartoon bear, which makes you blind, stupid and fake. And a typical Democrat. But about 20 million real Americans lost their jobs since Obama was elected. I'd say they feel quite different today.
But that was George Bush's fault.
In case you haven't actually been to a Tea Party, we Tea Party folks don't exactly like George Bush either. Bush spent too much.
That's what I said.
But Obama created more debt in 2 years than the entire nation did in 200 years.
But that government bailout was Bush's idea.
Like I said, the Tea Party isn't happy with Bush. But the stimulus is 100% Barack Obama political pork. He spent $1 trillion to prop up Obama-friendly local governments and Obama's union friends.
But we had to spend $1 trillion. Or the economy would have fallen into a depression.
It didn't work. Unemployment doubled. Now we have an extra $1 trillion of debt.
But that's Bush's fault.
Why do Democrats always blame someone else when your stupid ideas fail? You idiots are more interested in MSNBC talking points than you are in the truth. Bush spent too much and didn't cut waste. But Obama is far worse. And not just on spending.
How can you say that? Get specific.
Specific. Oh, I'll get specific on his ass. Obama passed cap and tax, which hasn't worked anywhere in the world. He visited Europe and the Middle East and told them America sucked. He bowed to evil dictators, and now he is kissing Iran's ass while they build nuclear weapons. He raised taxes, and wants to raise them even higher. He spent $3 trillion we don't have. That creates debt our children will have to pay. And he is a race hustler. He thinks illegal aliens don't need ID cards, but wants us to read Miranda rights on the battlefield. And when any American disagrees with him, Obama calls them enemies. Barack Obama is arrogant and stupid, and he cannot even order breakfast without a teleprompter. But worst of all, he passed a government takeover of the healthcare system against the will of the American people.
But now, healthcare insurance is portable, and they can't cut people off for pre-existing conditions. Government-run healthcare is equal care for everyone.
If they really wanted to cover pre-existing conditions and make insurance portable, they could have simply passed a law. Instead, they used it as an excuse to socialize the entire American healthcare system. Now, healthcare costs already rose 10%. And companies are eliminating healthcare coverage, letting the government take over. And we now have a doctor shortage. The only thing Obamacare accomplishes is making healthcare equally suck. Like it does everywhere else in the world.
But that nutcase Sarah Palin said there was a death panel in the Obama healthcare plan.
If you actually read the plan, which almost nobody in Congress did before they passed it, you would discover Sarah Palin was right. The Obamacare system dictates benefits based on charts and graphs back in Washington, D.C. And to keep costs down, older patients won't get life-saving coverage. They will suffer more and die much earlier.
I didn't know that.
Like I said. That's why I'm here. To straighten your dumb ass out.
But Obama saved or created millions of jobs.
Sure. And I saved or created pizza and light bulbs.
Okay, but Congress actually passed all those bills and spent all that money.
Right. Americans figured that out. And Tuesday night, Americans sent a message to Republicans and Democrats in Congress. No more Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. No more lying. No more spending. No more dirty deals. No more socialism. No more fascism.
Wait. Socialism and fascism are two different things.
When the government takes money from hardworking people and gives it to lazy fat asses like you, that's socialism. When the government illegally confiscates entire companies that should go bankrupt, gives ownership to their unions, then gives them 100 billion taxpayer dollars, that's called fascism.
Where did that happen?
The takeover of General Motors and Chrysler is a perfect example. Obama split ownership between bondholders, the union, and the government. That is an excellent definition of fascism. And now, we have Americans making $7 an hour paying taxes that support union auto workers making $72 an hour.
Gee, I never thought of that.
That's why I'm here. To straighten your dumb ass out. So Barack Obama has managed to accomplish two things that nobody ever thought was possible. First, he united socialists and fascists.
What was the second thing?
He managed to shove his head completely up his ass.
Yeah, but you're still a homophobe.
Really? Do you want your 9-year-old learning about anal sex, like they do in California? Do you want your 14-year-old learning about fisting, like they do in Massachusetts?
Okay, you have a point there, but you hate Muslims. And you're a racist. Keith Olbermann says so.
Homophobe. Racist? Listen, you bonehead. If a black, crackhead Muslim lesbian single mother with 5 kids from 4 fathers promised to cut my taxes, cut stupid regulation, cut the size of government, protect our borders and kill our enemies, the average Tea Partier would crawl through broken glass to get her elected.
Wow. You guys really are crazy.
Crazy for our country. Too bad our leaders are not.
But Obama policies will work if you just spend enough money.
Wow. Even cartoon liberals are stupid. Listen, dumbass. We just spent $3 trillion we don't have. That's enough dollar bills to go to the moon and back 4,000 times.
4,000 times? I can't count that high.
That's because you went to a liberal, teacher union-run public school. You really don't know crap. That makes him a perfect liberal. So, I'm off to vote now, to stop the socialist Obama Congress from destroying America. Where are you going?
To vote.
Wait a second. Didn't I see you voting already?
No. That was another bear that looks, just like me.
We need a law making voter fraud punishable by public flogging.
Workers of the world unite.
Gee. Even cartoon liberals are really communists. Thanks for screwing America, you commie bastard.
Hey, pal. Yo. You better watch what you say. I'll have my SEIU friends visit you with a baseball bat.
Really? Let's just say I believe in the Second Amendment. And I live in Texas. Come visit me anytime. I could use the target practice.